awesome day. Yes, your girl is back here. Sunshine is back. You guys, have y'all heard? Okay, so I'm up here just doing my work, minding my own business, but got the TV running in the background, right? And I see this live now, live coverage from straight from New York. So, I got to click on it. So, you guys, why are they talking about is it? I'm new to all this. I'm not sure if I can put a title on this or what, but um, I'm not sure. Anyway, if I could title it, I'll do it later. But so the FBI done got Abercrombie and Fitch. Abercrombie and Fitch. Y'all remember them back in the day, child? I ain't shopped there since I was a teenager. I used to love shopping with Abercrombie and them expensive behind jeans, and I knew it was geared toward males. Like, okay, so this what happened, right? You guys get into the gossip. It's not even gossip. This is real. This is what just happened. Probably less than an hour ago. It's 1 o'clock now. But so the FBI just did a press conference. And I know I don't have anyone in here, but y'all will see the playback. But the FBI just did a press conference, right? And they have arrested Abercrombie and Fitch CEO Michael Jeffries, James Jacobson, and Matthew Smith. Okay, let's get into this gossip. Man, this is huge, you guys. This is huge. I'm going to tell you why it's huge. Because I don't know if you know, but I be paying attention to the news, the real news, that I like to hear about, like the sex trafficking ring that Florida just got. So they just called 100 and I think it was 150 something people that were involved in a sex trafficking ring in Florida. I'm talking about sex, oh, ex trafficking. I'm sorry, I forgot. Okay. I ain't gonna say that no more because I know with YouTube algorithm they don't like that. Hello, so I'm talking about the new FBI press conference that was just had about an hour ago. I took notes and all. The CEO, the former CEO of Abercrombie and Fitch, was arrested. His name is Michael Jeffries. Hello. Michael Jeffries, James Jacobson, and Matthew Smith. They have all been arrested for ex African. um, yeah, so ex Af- Racking, you know what I mean. I can't say it because of the algorithm on YouTube, but big news. This is huge. So, what had happened was the U.S. Attorney for the East District of New York, his name is, I believe, Byron Peace or something like that. I really couldn't understand what he was saying. But he said that victims came to them with reports of that ex racketing and abuse and not extortion, fraud and coercion, being forced to be a part of X rings versus having a modeling career. So it sounds like the CEO, Michael Jeffries, and his partner, I believe life partner, LGBT, whatever. If I missed some letters, sorry about that. And Smith and Matthew Smith are a couple or something, and they hired James Jacobson to hire men to so the men are thinking that they're going to get a modeling deal or something, or going to be on like the cover, because Abercrombie and Fitch is a big name, right? Like I remember that from high school. getting my little jeans from there that was expensive as I don't know what. But you see why it costs so much, because they got to pay for all these expenses. Because the U.S. attorney said that they were spending millions of dollars just for this alone. This ain't got nothing to do with business. Millions of dollars just to hire these men to perform at parties. What that sound like? Who that sound like? Who we know that hire people to, do these strange things at their parties? Diddy? Yeah, Diddy. So I bet this how they all yeah, no, you didn't hire me for that. I was flattered for a minute, then I remembered, no, child. They said they was using them like the casting couch. So this not your actors, this is not your hip hop rappers, music group. No, sir. This is Abercrombie and Fitch. Okay? And so they said this all happened between the time frame of um what they said here, 2014. Was it 2014? 2008 to 2015. So yeah. So they've been doing this for a long time. They said that they are hiring these people to, so they think, to get a modeling career and be on the cover, or be on the billboards and stuff, because those types of companies, they pay for those huge billboards in like big cities and stuff. You could be downtown on a huge billboard. So this is big business here. But I don't know if you guys know that, like a week ago, maybe last week, they had an ex-racketing ring that they found in Florida. 150 something guys and 150 something people were involved in ex-racketing, and they said some of them were Disney employees. This is huge right here, because I'm glad that they're finally, talking about the ex racketing, and because children are probably involved in this, and this can explain why a lot of people come up missing, not only children, but individuals as well. But with Abercrombie and Fitch, they only like guys. Man, y'all, we all got to be careful out here, because they want everybody. you know. But anyway, so they said over 15 victims that they have so far, and they want other victims to come forward. Well, yeah. Ace Wolf Peach, yeah, definitely. That's why I said this is big, because last week was the one, Florida came out, the police department came out and said they caught some, and they said that it was Disney employees involved. They said like the maintenance man, I think they said the maintenance man, someone who did electrical work, and like security guards. So they come in, thank you, I appreciate it. So they're coming in there, the children coming in, and you thinking you got to worry about the people who are visiting there, the actual people who paid to get into like Disney World, and you got to worry about the employees stealing your children. And I remember hearing about that a long time ago, that it was a sex trafficking, or yeah, ex trafficking that was going on, right? That was going on at Disney, and they were saying that they were taking them underground. They may have underground tunnels there, but I'm glad they're putting, their feet down when it comes to this, because this is a big thing. And they've been taking these children and grown people and forcing them to use rugs, because that's what these victims are saying. They're saying that that they were rugged. They had to use Viagra. They had to use some type of injection. They had to inject people So the victims had to inject. So you know that mean they gotta get all surgical with. They gotta use a needle, not really surgical, but they gotta use a needle to inject people with some type of drug that a rug that would help them be more, I guess, actually active. I've never heard of an injection. Guys, what y'all know about that? Have y'all heard about that? Yeah, sounds just like Diddy. So I'm thinking because of everything, all the footage and videos that they say Diddy have, like they wouldn't even really need a confession from him if they were able to find the information when they raided his homes. So that's definitely interesting, right? So when they said some big names was going to be called and we were going to be surprised who the names were, they didn't lie about that. They didn't lie about that. That's crazy. But in Florida last week, they were saying that I guess somebody from the states would, for the guys, so they were hiring men to be a part of the X ring for parties. So these guys would be hired for, you know, like a modeling career, whatever employment with the company, but actually they were using them to perform at these X parties. So what they would actually do is fly them out. They would or they would go to like the Hamptons. They said like even different countries. They would go to England. Um, they would be all over. So they would fly these people out to go to parties, and what they would do at these parties was would they would just use art, you know, use the rugs, and they would hand out the rugs, and then they would have intercourse with whoever wanted to have intercourse with them. So they had to just pretty much be like passed around to whoever wanted to use them, male or female. That's crazy. That's real crazy. And you think about seeing those beautiful people on those ads and those billboards for like Abercrombie and Fitch or what was another one? What's the other one I used to really like? Express. You know, they have all those beautiful models, male and female, that be on the cover and stuff. Just think about what they probably had to go through or what they're still going through, you know, just to be a model. So that lets you know this industry is doing this to so many people. And this is crazy. But I'm glad it's finally coming out. But this is crazy. It's that's real big. So they were so again the CEO Michael Jeffries and his partner Matthew Smith hired James Jacobson. So his job was to hire men only. Okay? Hire men only to perform at these parties. And that's all they would do. So they would have to get them they would have to also use the rugs and be all intoxicated and stuff. So now you're creating addicts. You know, it's serious when you get someone on a rug because you don't know what that's going to do to their bodies. You know, they could pass out for certain medications or certain, you know, street rugs. You know, everybody can't take everything. So just think of how many people probably passed. I don't know if you guys seen that video that was going around of Diddy. Somebody, he said it was the CEO of somewhere or a DJ or something. Maybe a DJ, he said, was all passed out. He was face down in the couch. Now, what if that man would have passed away? We would have thought, oh, he just had a heart attack or something at home. You know, because you never know what those rugs will do to you. He probably took Some rugs didn't even know, and that's what it did, just made him pass out. And they were all sitting around him. The whole situation was eerie. I don't know if you saw that video, but look at it again, because the guy who was sitting closest to the camera, he looked scared almost. And I was wondering if maybe he was on something that was causing him to feel weird, or maybe he was just uncomfortable. But when the camera was on him, he was kind of looking like scared. Like, I don't know. Check that video out again, because it wasn't a laughing matter. And the fact that it was daytime and somebody passed out like that face down in a on a couch, that's weird. That makes me think of Whitney Houston, how they said she was face down in a bathtub, but she was a very tall lady and she face down in the bathtub. Like, what bathtub gonna take her long body? Because Whitney Houston was pretty tall. Like, I'm 5'6", and I wouldn't be able to lay down in my bathtub. I wouldn't be able to stretch out without having to bend my legs. So, like, I'm thinking now, just wondering like how long these rugs been going around. And like, this is deep right here. Like, I even saw an old video of lifestyles of the rich and famous. I'm sure. But I saw an old video of lifestyles and the rich and famous. I'm not sure how old you guys are, but I'm 43. And I remember watching that so I could see all the fancy houses and stuff. And that guy, I forgot who the host was, but he had a very distinct voice. And he was talking about Epstein, Jeffrey Epstein, and how he had that house he was living in used to be a schoolhouse. And Jeffrey Epstein was a math teacher for many years. I didn't even know all this information. And he left the school and start doing like some financial business on his own. And then I guess he blew up real big somehow. They never said how, but they said then he brought that schoolhouse, thank you. He brought that schoolhouse and turned it into a house for him. And then they said in his basement that he had scientists working in his basement, and he paid the scientists $20 million a year. To what you paying 1 person? This is not a company. Jeffrey Epstein is just the person. So he paid scientists to work in his lab, in his home, in his basement, and he was paying them $20 million a year. What the world was he? What were they making? I guess we'll never know that part. They're probably not going to come out and give us any of that information because supposedly he's gone. So, but I'm thinking, but if you ask me, I'm thinking, yep, I'm thinking he probably the inventor of making those rugs, because supposedly the main drug or powder drug that Diddy was using was that Tunchi that all the rappers are using. He got all the rappers on it supposedly, but that could have been what they was cooking up in that basement. And